It's now time for the morning show on XL7-TV.
Good morning and welcome to the morning show. We want to thank you for joining us this morning on a Tuesday. I guess it's kind of foggy out. I didn't run into any, did you?
No, there's a little moisture in the air, though. I mean, you can, as you're driving, you get a little bit on your windshield, and It's just kind of a mist out there.
Okay. Well, that's, I was getting ready for the weather. I seen that they have a dense fog advisory, so I thought maybe I'd bring that up first thing.
I wouldn't consider it a dense fog advisory type of situation, but there's a little bit of fog out there.
Yeah, around here. There might be in other places. This was pretty much all across the state that they had the advisory, so you just be careful, right?
There you go.
If you do run into it, what do you do when you run into dense fog?
Turn on your headlights.
And
slow down.
He almost didn't have that one. I was like, yes.
Oh, I'd speed up so I can get right through it.
So you can get through it as fast as possible?
Yeah, I don't want to be any longer than I have to.
I don't think that's how that works.
That sounded logical to me.
Right? So you see them 30-car pileups.
Oh, wait, I got to do my Christmas bell for the month. That's my new noise for this month.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Merry Christmas, Bob! I'm not even going to say anything. I had a comment, but I'm not going to do it. We're on TV.
Okay, maybe a commercial. Keep that between us. Did you have a good weekend?
I did.
The Christmas parade was excellent.
Yes.
It was quite the turnout.
I didn't get to see all of it. I was watching online because I was traveling up to Missouri for that wrestling tournament. But
that's right.
We got to watch it when we had range, so I was able to watch part of it. And it looked pretty good size.
It was really good. We were in it for Great Escapes RV, and there was a trail behind us and a trail in front of us, but it was most impressive is the amount of people that were there. It was packed.
Yeah.
And then you got to the square, and we told ourselves, don't throw out too much candy in the beginning.
Yeah.
And what did we do?
We threw out too much candy in the beginning.
Yeah.
It happens every time. I don't care if you warn yourself, tell yourself. We even took candy one time and divided it out so we had time, and then we still ran out.
Yeah. When you get down to the square, and it's packed, and all these kids, I mean...
They're just begging for scraps.
And we didn't have any left.
You should have felt terrible.
I did.
The kids are looking at you with that face, and you're just like, I'm sorry, son.
Right. I actually had...
Here's my car keys.
We were 5 golden rings.
Okay.
Okay, and we used hula hoops. Did this little paper mache as a diamond, just so you could tell it, it was kind of like a ring. Anyway, so we get down to the end, and we're sitting on hay bales, like straddling them, looking at the back of the RV, but throwing it out left and right. And I ran out of candy, and I went ahead and turned around for a little bit because I couldn't. Their faces.
I know.
Their faces. I felt so bad.
For long, you'll be taking off your shirt. Here's take my shirt, take my shoes. Here's my car keys.
The 5 golden rings.
Yeah.
We got through the square, and Beverly was like, why don't we give away the hula hoops? And I was like, anybody want a 5 golden? And we gave out 3 of the 5.
Part of the video, I think I saw you guys going through and kids coming up asking for candy, and you just saying, no.
No.
Yeah.
I was totally turned around ignoring them because I felt so bad. I didn't want them to see me. Oh, man, it was
was terrible.
I know. And we said...
You need to plan better.
We said, well, what had happened was there was 3 individuals, me and Beverly and Leisha, and we all had our own candy. And then behind me there was a guy named Jason, some friends of his 3 kids and a woman, and they had a candy. And we were all giving it out at the same time, I think to the same people. And so they were getting one handful thrown at them. Then they were getting another times 4.
I know you're sitting there talking about it and trying to explain it.
I am.
But there's no explaining that. I mean, that is just terrible.
No excuse.
Okay, well, we're going to move on since he's ruined my morning.
Guess I shouldn't have brought that one up.
I know, I'm just kidding.
All right, we better, though. Roller Funeral Home, with all our respect, they bring you the morning prayer. They have 29 in the state, 1 in Memphis, Tennessee. We sure do appreciate them in our time of need when we lose a loved one. You can give them a call at 870-425-2161 to talk about pre-need service. It's always good to have a plan in place. And with that, now let's pause for the morning prayer. Dear God, sometimes I get too caught up in the Christmas commercialism. Okay, a lot of times. Today I'm going to refocus my heart and remember why I'm celebrating this wonderful day in the first place. I'm celebrating Jesus today and every day. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
Roller Funeral Home with all our respect. Scooter and I have discussed it. It's good to give them a call, set up a pre-need service, have a plan in place. You never know when the unthinkable can happen, and that way you know that your family's taken care of with at least that aspect of it. It's a very distraught time, especially when it comes as a surprise. I mean, even if you know it's coming, it's still hard to take. But it's good to have a plan in place, yes?
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, give them a call, 870-425-2161. Ask them about their pre-need service. And with that, let's take a break and watch Bob and Linda Zadora of the Z-Team's commercial.
Well, folks, have you been trout fishing before?
Not since I was a little kid.
You'll do fine.
Hey, what are you doing?
Aren't you coming along?
See you downriver.
How do you start this motor? I've never been in a boat before.
See you downriver.
Well, folks, have you sold a house before?
Yeah, about 30 years ago.
Yeah.
Oh, well, you'll be okay then.
You sure?
Where are you going?
See you at the closing.
Hey!
At the closing.
We should have called the Z-Team.
Oh.
Now we're back. Oh,
Bob.
we got a show to do, by the way.
Bob and Linda Zadora of the Z-Team of Century 21 Lee Mack Realty. I love that commercial. Give them a call if you're looking to buy or sell your home at 870-405-0793. Let's take a look at the White River, brought to you by the Z-Team. See, dense fog advisory.
See, I'm not seeing the advisory. I can see water. I'm fine.
Okay.
If I can see the front of the car, we're good.
That's actually really cool looking. That's Cotter,
That's a nice
Arkansas.
shot.
Yes, it is. It's. I love that shot. God's country. Right now, it got a little overcast on us. They're in Marion County, looking into Baxter County, and to the left, you can see the lights are still on the Rainbow Bridge. There you go. Beautiful shot. That is the White River as it wraps around that horseshoe bend of Cotter, Arkansas, and as Scooter says, it looks like Cotter Island. It's not, though.
It does. It looks like an island.
It does.
It's an island all its own. No, it isn't.
You can go to retiredarkansas.net and find this beautiful view live right now as we're looking at it. Really easy to navigate their website and find that. You know, you're going to have to show me, though. I was trying to find the ones that you can change. The one that changes. It's just one that moves around and changes.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, when I went on there, I found this live shot, and is it called something else? And I'm pretty tech savvy, but I didn't know where it was.
It's in the same spot on there.
See,
Did you go to their website?
I did.
Where did you do it from?
My phone.
But were you here?
No, I was doing it on my phone at home.
Because I know one of them won't show up on our server here because it's going through our server.
Oh, okay. So maybe if I'm trying to get on here. Let's see. Tools. Live webcam is up there in the top right. Okay, so yeah, there's both of them.
Yeah, I don't know.
Right.
I don't know what's up with your phone.
And it could be my phone. You know, that happens. I'm gonna
Wouldn't
go ahead.
surprise me. It's yours. And we'll wait while he looks that up.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to switch over to this camera and see what's on there.
Yeah. That is of the ball field there in Cotter, Arkansas. Mm-hmm. And they've got the Christmas lights up, yes?
Yes, they do.
Very good.
So at night, it will zoom in and stay focused in on the Christmas lights.
Yeah, and you should go down there, too, and drive. I haven't yet. Live webcam, there we go. I haven't drove down there yet, but I'm sure they're really pretty. Oh, there it is. For whatever. No, I see it now.
Folks,
the one below.
Folks, he's a little slow.
I'm a little slow. It happens. Technology.
We try not to make fun of them.
You know where are my car keys? They're either in your hand or they're sitting right in front of
It's that kid that didn't have any candy. He gave the car keys to.
Anyway, real easy to find. Go to retiredarkansas.net. and you can see the live webcam button there at the top right if you're on the computer. If you're on your phone, what you do is, let me get back to this. So you're on your phone, it's they call it the hamburger. It's the 3 bars up at the top right on your phone. But whatever reason they call it a hamburger. You click on that and you look down, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 live webcam. Click on that. Take a look at this beautiful view. Look at that. Look at the cloud. Well, not cloud cover, but
fall cover.
Mist as
the fall cover.
As Scooter said this morning, it's just a little mist this morning, you know.
That's all it is.
Very cool. Cotter, Arkansas. Go to retiredarkansas.net. You can find their listings, the MLS listings, all kinds of information on there. They've got testimonials.
Got a lot of stuff on that
They do
website.
have a lot of stuff on here. Click on the home. Let's see here. You got area info. There's a page with all kinds of information of area info. Click on their website if you can. We'll give it just a sec. There you go. I mean, see, look at this. Christmas at Cotter, December 2022. Everything's updated as the year goes along. But look at all this information. It just keeps going and going. And see, where you go to a home page and live webcam there at the top right. There. See? Easy peasy. There we go. Cotter, Arkansas. Beautiful morning view. Got a little bit of mist this morning. Let's take a look at the weather. In Mountain Home, Arkansas, it's 47. Harrison, it's 48. Batesville, it's 48. Yellville, it's 48. Marshall, it's 48. Salem, it's at 46. Mountain View at 48. Calico Rock at 47. West Plains at 46. Springfield, Missouri at 48. Poplar Bluff at 46. And St. Louis at 41.
Nice degrees today.
Yeah.
Nice temps.
Let's see. National Weather Radar shows that we got some activity across Tennessee. A little bit in Georgia and South Carolina. It's flowing into Virginia and North Carolina. We got some snow up in the Des Moines, Iowa area, well, as it moves out. We got some activity in Montana and North Dakota. A little bit over on the west coast. Otherwise, it looks like Arkansas, it's moving out of Arkansas and Missouri. There we go. It's going to be clear besides the mist. We've got an excessive rainfall warning for, looks like, most of Oklahoma, a lot of Arkansas, and just a little bit of southern Missouri. We've got a dense fog advisory. Look, I like how it stops at the line.
Yeah, it doesn't go up into Missouri.
No, huh?
No.
It's even at Oklahoma. See how it just curves right there at the line? So we got a dense fog advisory for Oklahoma and Arkansas. 7-day forecast now until 12 p.m. Dense fog advisory. Mist, as Scooter would say. Then we got a 30% chance of rain, high of 64. Tonight, slight chance of showers at 20%, low 48. Wednesday, chance of showers at 50%, high of 58. Wednesday night, showers at 90%, low of 52. Thursday, showers at 90%, high of 60. Thursday night, chance of showers, then partly cloudy, low of 44. And then Friday, the sun comes back, mostly sunny, high of 55. Friday night, mostly cloudy, then a slight chance of showers at 20%, low of 37. Norfolk Lake water levels at 552.28. Level is 2.28 feet above full pool. They're generating 1 as of this morning. Bull Shoals Lake water levels at 654.90. The level is 4.1 feet above full pool. They're generating 3. That is a look at your weather, brought to you by the Z Team. Bob and Linda Zadora.
Get it out.
Give them a call at 870-405-0793. Go to retiredarkansas.net. And with that, we're going to take a break, and we'll come back with just a little bit of community news.
It's a matter of taste, and at Brick Oven Pizza Company in Mountain Home, delicious taste is all you will find. Enjoy signature crafted pizzas and appetizers, as well as oven-baked sandwiches, quesadillas, salads, pastas, and desserts. When it comes time to relax or meet up with friends, Brick Oven Pizza has you covered. Handmade cocktails and ice-cold beer are always available at their fully stocked bar. No time to dine in? No problem. Call in your order and use Brick Oven's convenient drive-thru window for all your to-go orders. It's a matter of taste at Brick Oven Pizza Company in Mountain Home.
Have you
Welcome back to the morning show and community news. Christmas in Cotter. We were mentioning it because we were looking at Cotter. December 1st through 31st, Tour of the Lights in Cotter. And then you can join them Saturday, December 17th from 5 to 7 p.m. Pictures with Santa and Mrs. Claus, Christmas carols, Polar Express conductor, bonfires with s'mores, and hot chocolate goodies and goodies for the kids. You know, that's going to be a lot of fun.
Be a good time.
Yeah.
Good time.
We just want to remind you that the Donald W. Reynolds Library, serving Baxter County, has all kinds of things going on at all times, not just during Christmas time. And it's been a while since we've brought them up. And
they got a lot, and they're got the stuff going on year round.
Yeah. It's easy to find. You go to baxtercountylibrary.org, and you find their homepage. And on the homepage, you can find their calendar. See, there it is. He's pulling it up. Click on the calendar, and everything is on the calendar for, let's see, Color Me Calm. It's the that's the 7th toddler time. It's just all kinds of things. Look how their calendar's always packed with stuff. You know,
it never ends.
It never ends. They will be closed. It looks like the 23rd and 24th. So they'll be Friday and Saturday, and of course Sunday is Christmas. And they'll be closed Friday and Saturday for New Year's. And so, yeah, just don't forget about them. They're out there with all kinds of activities and programs and events. And, yeah, it's really, we have a great library.
We do.
We do. All right, we're going to go ahead and take another break, and we're going to come back with Mickey Pendergrass, the Baxter County judge, his last show as the judge.
Be right back.
Have you ever noticed every time you wash your car, you end up wetter than the actual car? Next time, run down to Car Care and let the friendly staff put a smile on your face. Car Care of Mountain Home has a variety of services to clean your vehicle's needs, inside and out. From a simple wash and shine to their outstanding detailed services. Located 1525 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home. Stop by Car Care Mountain Home today, because driving a clean car always makes you feel good.
At Connor Family Funeral Home, our goal is to provide our friends and neighbors with caring, compassionate services at an affordable price. Connor Family is a full-service funeral home that offers a wide range of services to meet your family's needs and customs. We are the first on-site crematory in the area and provide many options to memorialize your loved ones and address all the details for a more personalized service. Where compassion and affordability meet, Connor Family Funeral Home in Mountain Home.
When you think about Hospice of the Ozarks, it's our desire that you think about finding a way to live your life to the fullest while living with a serious illness. If you ever need help and support, we provide a team of healthcare professionals and volunteers that will support your physical, emotional, and spiritual aspects of life while doing the same for your family and caregivers in the comfort of your own home or wherever you call home. When you think about Hospice of the Ozarks, we hope that you grant us permission to walk on the journey with you. Your not-for-profit option since 1979.
When you're out of town, make sure your pet is with someone who will love them as much as you do. At 201 Pet Salon and Resort, your pet is cared for just as they would be at home. 201 Pet Salon and Resort is the only all-suite climate-controlled and air-filtered boarding facility in the area with private and spacious rooms to keep your pet relaxed. And with over 3/4 of an acre of fenced play area, your pet will receive the proper exercise they deserve. 201 also offers professional grooming services. Your best friend is in good hands at 201 Pet Salon and Resort in Mountain Home.
Are you looking for the best barbecue in 2 states?
Holy smokes!
Want the meatiest fall-off-the-bone ribs?
Holy smokes!
The most tender and delicious pulled pork?
Holy smokes!
The tastiest brisket in the Ozarks?
Holy smokes!
Holy Smokes Barbecue and Catering is the only place you need to go. Dine in, carry out, and the best food for your next catered event.
Holy smokes!
We're your mountain home for great barbecue cooking.
Holy smokes!
A higher calling for your taste buds.
Okay. Welcome back to the morning show on XL7-TV. Our guest is Mickey Pendergrass, the Baxter County judge, and it's the last time.
Well, it's the last time as county judge on a regular scheduled agenda.
You'll come back and visit?
Well, I might be hard to find, but
gone fishing?
Depends on what I get involved in.
I can take a camera fishing. That's fine.
You broadcast from there? Or?
You bet.
I know,
you
right?
Bet.
He can do everything about this show.
Just
from
feels
his phone.
special, though. This and fishing is only 2 reasons I get up early.
Is it really? You know, you're right. This show is the only reason I get up early. And when my brother used to call me to go fishing, that was the other reason.
Yep.
Well, what are you going to do now? Well, it's the last show.
He's going to go fishing.
He's going to go fishing.
He knows exactly what his plans are.
Right. It might be the last show for us, but you're still the county judge till the end of the month.
Correct.
And I'd say you still got a few things on the agenda that you're finishing up, or you're pretty much going to have an easy ride to the end of the year.
Well, we have a quorum court meeting tonight, which will be the last. And I was figuring that this morning. This is the end of the 10 years as county judge, and I served 6 years as a justice of the peace. And I missed one meeting in both of those terms. In 2010 as JP for the funeral of my nephew in Wyoming, and in 2016 I kind of missed the September meeting because I was laying in ICU after bypass surgery. But that was the only meeting I have missed that I recall in 10 years. So
yeah, 2 pretty good reasons.
188 meetings total now, quorum court meetings as a elected official. So it's been quite the ride. You get to think about it. My mama used to say, or maybe it was my grandmama. Maybe my grandma used to say, the older you get, the faster time flies. Mm-hmm. She was right.
Yep. My dad used to say that.
That's what it appears like. It's just speeding up. But we have that last budget that we've worked on to consider tonight at the quorum court meeting, and a pretty light agenda other than that. But we're going to try to replace the old time restaurant. They sent out an invitation that we're going to have an early reception at 5 o'clock and eat my favorite meal. Can you guess what that is?
Ham and beans?
Cornbread and beans.
Cornbread and beans.
Mm-hmm. Hopefully it'll have a little ham in it. I need to go Botanic Country, get me some bread and butter pickles to go with it. So they're doing something tonight, but there's a lot of those going on too.
Yeah.
We sent out a list, or Jamie Nicholson, our assessor, got a hold of the list of newly elected officials other than JP's and sent it out to all of us, and it has all of them listed by office. And by far, almost double the number of judges that are changing this year, more than any other elected official. I believe I counted 37. That's over half.
Yeah.
Or right at half of the 75 county judges. And I'm getting retirement parties from all over the state of my friends that I have worked with over these past 10 years. And so they're not all having retirement parties, but the ones ours, like in this week in Fort Smith, they're having his party. He's been there over 20 years, so
yeah.
Become a very good mentor and part. But that's a part of it too. Is you get all of that, and as you say your goodbyes, and it'd be good to see those folks. And there's about 37 new county judges coming in office January 1.
It should make the next couple of years very interesting.
Yeah.
Say the
They're
least.
going to have to hit the ground running because
Yeah.
it's a busy season for the legislature as well. I remember getting thrown in the fire with the legislative session and being assigned to go down to the Capitol with my friend Terry Otten from Marion County, and what are we doing now? We're here, somebody take us by the hand and guide us around, and we figured that out, that there's reasons why that you show up down there. But legislative session starts pretty soon in the first term, and they have their first conference in February right in the middle of that, which gives you a chance to visit with all your legislatures and go over to watch the state government work. And I've got to know a lot of those people and become very acquainted with them, and a lot of the relationships that's probably going to be hard to keep up with, but it's been a wonderful getting to know all of them.
Sure, most definitely, and that's what Kevin Liddy has to look forward to,
yes.
right? Yeah, is meeting all these people and creating his own relationships. And now the when is that? Is it you say January?
January 1. I don't know what the schedule is since it's on Sunday, but
Yeah.
all new elected officials take the oath of office on January 1. Our terms actually expire at midnight on December 31st. I suppose in case anything happened until somebody else gets another oath, you could still, respond to a disaster or something in that nature. Heaven forbid that anything like that happened. But next week he goes down. The Association of Arkansas Counties puts on a new elected seminar, and that was a lifesaver for me 10 years ago when I went to it. The county judges usually spend about 2.5 days down there getting to know each other, going over the rules, having speakers from all different departments, and to help guide you and give you some knowledge and some information and the book to go by. He goes to that next week, and that's where he'll really start in earnest. And if I hadn't had that, I'd have been way more lost than I was when I started 10 years ago. But that was very helpful. And I remember walking in down there not knowing anybody but Terry Ott from Marion County. We went together because we came in the same year together. And walking around the room waiting on him to show up, I guess. I didn't know anybody, just kind of saying hi. Somebody walked in, and this big guy from Yell County, Arkansas, was standing outside and walked up and introduced himself. And he was at the end of his first 2-year term, and he'd come back for this seminar to go through it again. Mm-hmm. And he and I struck up a friendship from then. A big guy. He lost his wife to COVID 2 years ago, so he is retiring this year. And but it's friendships like that you meet, and mentors that help you, that's been there, done that can really give you a lot of help, that these seminars are good for. And when asked for my opinion, I told him, you got to go to this event, because that was my salvation, to know what to do when I got here, and it helped so much. And so we try to pass that on as well.
Yeah, there's many aspects to this job that I don't think a lot of people realize. We've mentioned it a few times on the show about what exactly the county judge does, that there's only a couple of states that even have county judges, but that their aspect is, the main thing is chief elected official that covers the largest county roads, the largest employer of the county.
They call them supervisors in some states, commissioners in a lot of states. There are even some that call them mayors. I think there's 3 states that I know of that have county judges, but that's Texas and Kentucky are the other 2. But I don't think that either one of them, the county judge, has as much responsibility and CEO or executive authority than the ones in Arkansas, because a lot of their the responsibilities that we have are split up in those other states. Like in Texas, the county judge is the chief elected official, but he's not over the road department, as an example. And they're very similar, but it's like in Missouri, each county has 3 commissioners. A presiding commissioner who kind of oversees everything, and then the Eastern and Western District commissioners who oversee the road department and help become the legislative body. 3-person. To where Arkansas is kind of unique in the way it's set up. I like it. I've learned to like it. Since it changed in the late 70s, took effect in 1980 or 81, when the Constitution was changed, it become much more efficient and less likely for somebody to abuse the system.
Okay.
And because the court received a little more power, especially budgetary authority, and I think that helped solve a lot of the problems that they had in the system in Arkansas. So, but I like the system because I've learned it from the top to bottom, and tried to. It's been a big part of it. But people act like they're amazed that they call it here a while back. I was in the discussion. Somebody was concerned about something because of my institutional knowledge. Everybody can grow institutional knowledge. It takes a little work and a little digging and a little experience, and they're asking questions. You can't replace institutional knowledge. If I could go back and he's still alive and inquire into the mind of Judge Jimmy Baker, who served here as county judge for 20 years. which is an interesting thought. He served 20 years, and yet he had way less quorum court meetings than I did.
Really?
Because back then, the quorum court only met once a year.
Oh, wow. That must have been nice.
Yeah, that was a little more pleasant. But no, so that all changed beginning January 1981, but when the Constitution was amended in the late 70s. But yeah, there's a lot of institutional memory. We have, I think there's, when January comes, there'll be 5 or 6 living ex-county judges in Baxter County. Judge Baker still, he lives down toward the Little Rock area. And then Joe Dillard, Joe Bodenhammer, Sue Newton, Dan Hall, and myself. So that'd be, there's still a lot of knowledge running around out there.
Yes, there is, most definitely. If Kevin needs any help, he's got quite a few people he can turn to, along with the state itself.
Yes,
yeah.
There's and that's one thing I learned at the New Elect Seminar, and I've told this story before, but I remember being in one session to where there was an old county judge from southeast Arkansas, and he was loud, boisterous, and like a lot of type A personality, like a lot of county judges are. And he stood in front of the room, and then he told me directly, he said, if you have an issue, you call one of us, because you're not going to experience anything that we haven't experienced, and we can help you. So you figure out and call one of us, because if you don't, we will find out. That's just the kind of guy he was. And but differences in personality. Some people rule with an iron fist, micromanages. Yeah. Some people do it a lot the way that I do, and let the department heads run that answer to you and take care of their departments, because there's so many. But there's ways to do it and be efficient as well if you do it correctly.
Yeah. It's about 7:32. We're going to go ahead and take a break, and we'll come back with more from Mickey Pendergrass, Baxter County Judge.
Jim Brown Company keeps you cool when it's hot and warm when it's not. A trusted name in the mountain home community, Jim Brown Company provides timely heating and cooling installation and repairs. Our certified technicians incorporate new technology on every job to provide you with the most advanced services. At our metal fabrication shop, we handle projects big and small. We've created everything from commercial ducts to custom designs.
I'd recommend Jim Brown Company to my friends and neighbors. The reason being, they have high-tech equipment. Their service techs are well qualified for the job that they do, and they also send me a report after all the work is done, so I know exactly what my unit's doing.
By visiting our showroom, you can learn all about our heating and cooling products. We'll educate you on your options and help you decide on the right solution. For total comfort at your home or business, choose Jim Brown Company. Quality service with a family name since 1964.
Diatley Dental Care is a family-owned dental practice. Doctors Irvin and Christina Diatley grew up in the Twin Lakes area and are proud to serve the community. With modern treatment methods and state-of-the-art technology, they are dedicated to providing exemplary care to patients of all ages. Our compassionate team consistently receives training above and beyond the standard of care.
We're changing the way you see dentistry.
Come be a part of our dental family.
Overhead Door, a garage door company that has been with your family from the beginning, through all the ups and downs of life. From the small repairs to making your vision a reality. Overhead Door, your trusted garage door expert since 1921. Be sure you're getting the genuine, the original overhead door service.
Call Overhead Door Company of North Arkansas today in Mountain Home. Scrap Daddy's Metals is a full-service scrap recycling center accepting your scrap metals for recycling, paying you top dollar for all of your recyclable metals. They even buy cars and catalytic converters. Give them a call today at 870-424-6120 or visit them at 2821 Highway 5 North in Mountain Home. At Letty's Mexican.
Welcome back to the morning show on XL7-TV. Our guest, Mickey Pendergrass, the Baxter County Judge, is joining us for the last time as judge. I'm sure he'll come back and visit with us in a different capacity, right?
You know, might get in the show business or something.
You never know. It might be just different.
He may want to start hosting shows. Who knows?
If I ever learn to play my banjo, you let me come show.
You bet. You bet.
I've only had it for 30 years. So.
Yeah.
You never know. One of these days, you
might have time, and the wife ain't around. I can find where she hid it, so I can learn.
I like the idea of going fishing and
that's going to happen. That's going to happen.
Right. Well, it is your last of the 10 years, and what one of the questions I'd asked a couple of months ago was the most satisfying part of the job, and you talked about getting the employees raises. So if you
yeah, when I started on the Quorum Court in 2005, it was even worse than when I came back in 2013 and started as county judge. But with the budget that the Quorum Court is considering to pass tonight, the bottom of the pay scale for Baxter County employees will have doubled in the 10 years I've been here. It was, I believe, the minimum wage when the lowest paying job starting wage was $7.36, and with this budget tonight, January 1, it'll be $15 an hour.
Wow!
So that's something we set a goal on. We talked a lot about the handwriting on the wall as a figurative speech of what the state of the feds were going to do. We had to get to $11, and then the state did it, and we had to accelerate that. And now what we're seeing is it's a lot of debate, and I hope they don't do it. They need to stay out of it. In my personal opinion, they need to quit putting minimum wage. And I'm kind of like Mike Huckabee asked one time, why don't we set a maximum wage? If you want to set wages, set a maximum wage.
Right.
People get paid for what they're worth, but we've got to be competitive and trying to keep long-term people. And the benefit package has always been good. It's even gotten better. But the salaries has been a really, really big deal to try to keep and reward the employees that stay hooked with Baxter County. If you try to hire a mechanic, it's getting to where you can't hire a CDL driver. Sometimes it's getting to where you can't hire somebody with a driver's license.
Yeah.
But in safety-sensitive positions that we have at the sheriff and the jail and 911 and the CDL at Road and Bridge, or nighttime employees to custodial work that you can trust to go into all their offices to clean at night. And it's those kind of things that we've been fortunate to find most of the time, and I've always had a good staff around me, which made me look good. Being able to surround myself with people that were very faithful to the county, and that is the one thing I always insisted on was you don't have to answer to me. I'm not the one that you have to satisfy. Those people out there in the county that pay our bills, that's the ones we got to make happy.
Yeah.
And to the most part, we've tried to do that. But the salaries is one good thing. Policies and working conditions has improved considerably, especially this money.
Mm-hmm. Well, and another thing that I thought was pretty great, and I don't think I've ever heard of government not owing money, and you're ending the term with no debt. Yeah,
with the grand plan and scheme that we come up to add on to the jail, and it worked. The sheriff suggested it. We all bought into it and sold it and paid for a $4 million addition to the jail. It was paid for when we moved in it.
Mm-hmm.
So bond issues is what ties up most counties, where they get into a water infrastructure or for bridges or for buildings, jails especially. They do a big bond issue that lasts 8 to 15 years, and you're paying on that thing forever. I have, in my tenure, used those tools that are available to upgrade our equipment, to upgrade different things. We upgraded our trucks and our road graders, our loaders, and used the leasing mechanism or something to that effect that was legal by the state to get us to where we now can pay for equipment. We just got delivery of another brand new dump truck that we've been trying to get for a year and a half.
Yeah.
We had one total, and we took delivery last week. Well, that dump truck, my first time that we bid dump trucks was $118,000.
Yeah.
This one was $184,000.
Yeah.
Road graders were right at 185 to 200, depending on what equipment you had it. When we started there, now they're 355.
Oh, wow.
And you can't get them for 18 months.
Yeah.
And trucks the same way. So we use that. The last loan, we took a short-term loan for 12 months to pay half of a brand new rock crusher to put in our quarry to make us more efficient, make it more aesthetic to the environment, and because the other one was starting to cost us money, we paid that. So we owed half of that cost, and we paid that off in May, and that was the last debt we had. So, yeah, a lot of people can't say that, and
no.
that schools are afflicted with that because do building projects, they do bond issues, and that's just the nature of the beast.
Yeah.
But we have been fortunate here. To the people of Baxter County have been kind to us. They shop local. We are drawing cards with people around us to come here and shop. That helps our sales tax revenues and our property values, of course, of the overall, in the last 5 years, the overall increase was in excess of 10%. It was way up there. So that has grown as well. Of course, that's limited by the Constitution on how much it costs you. But people have been real kind to us. And the thing is, we try to make friends.
Right. They've done a great job. And I'm still surprised. Government without debt.
Yeah.
So it's really good.
And don't overspend your budget.
Right. Yeah, because that happens.
Now, we have
too.
a few individuals who like to take advantage and overspend it because they will straighten it out, but they hear about it.
Yeah. I will say, though, we do need a new high school, and so that would be something that it'd be worthy going into debt for.
If they could come up with a plan, or as I described the others, a scheme that could pay for the thing, that would be fantastic, but it's so difficult because I've been on the school. I was on the school board for 12 years, went through 2 major building projects while I was there, and I know how that system goes, and it's just not hardly any other way to do it.
Is there not?
Is it? You wish there was, but because you're just so structured and you spend all your money, we're in a position now in the county right now to where if the officials going forward they can set aside money. They can pay for the next building project if they'll set aside the money that they're getting in excess instead of spending it all. And we have done some of that, and that's some proud achievements of all the elected officials in the Corn Port to be able to set aside cash reserves that Baxter County has. You won't find in many other counties.
Right.
It's not talked about a lot, but it's there. And if we have an issue, we can take care of business and and we're leaving that for the next generation.
I don't know why everybody always feels like when they have a surplus, they have to spend it right away on something. You should be able to put it back for a rainy day.
Yeah, that's a thought. And you can budget for that. But the way Arkansas budgets, if the country would budget, if the United States of America would budget like Arkansas Constitution requires counties to budget, we'd be a whole long time ago.
Probably.
Well, I mean, we'd always push the envelope because you're limited on what you can spend. You can't spend more than 100% of your revenue, but you can't budget more than 90%. So that you have that 10% to play with the rest of the year.
Yeah.
And most of us spend it, but that's just the way it's set up, and hopefully that'll never change because it seems to work pretty well.
Right. Very good. Well, it's 7:43. We'll go ahead and take another break, and we'll come back with more from the Baxter County Judge.
At Letty's Mexican Restaurant, we are here to keep you safe during these difficult times, as well as serve you the best Mexican food in the area. That's why we've installed a convenient pickup window for all your to-go and pickup orders, as well as a covered outdoor seating area. Give us a call at 870-435-2532 to order your next meal. And don't forget, Letty's also provides catering for small parties or big events. Experience the best in Mexican cuisine. Letty's in Gassville. Close to Lake Norfolk and a short journey to Jordan County Line Liquor is your destination for all your refreshment needs. They offer the widest variety of all your wines, beers, and liquors with the cleanest atmosphere and the largest selection in the area. Not sure what to get? Ask Jordan County Line Liquor's friendly and knowledgeable staff for an expert recommendation you can't go wrong with. Also, don't forget about the Smoker's Den for all your smoking and accessory needs. That's Jordan County Line Liquor, close to Lake Norfolk, located on Highway 177 in Jordan, Arkansas.
Well, folks, have you been trout fishing before?
Not since I was a little kid.
You'll do fine.
Hey, what are you doing?
Aren't you coming along?
See you downriver.
How do you start this motor? I've never been in a boat before.
See you downriver.
Well, folks, have you sold a house before?
Yeah, about 30 years ago.
Yeah.
Oh, well, you'll be okay then.
You sure?
Where are you going?
See you at the closing.
Hey!
At the closing.
We should have called the Z-Team.
It's a matter of taste, and at Brick Oven Pizza Company in Mountain Home, delicious taste is all you will find. Enjoy signature crafted pizzas and appetizers, as well as oven-baked sandwiches, quesadillas, salads, pastas, and desserts. When it comes time to relax or meet up with friends, Brick Oven Pizza has you covered. Handmade cocktails and ice-cold beer are always available at their fully stocked bar. No time to dine in? No problem. Call in your order and use Brick Oven's convenient drive-thru window for all your to-go orders. It's a matter of taste at Brick Oven Pizza Company in Mountain Home.
Have you ever noticed every time you wash your car, you end up wetter than the actual car? Next time, run down to Car Care and let the friendly staff put a smile on your face. Car Care of Mountain Home has a variety of services to clean your vehicle's needs, inside and out. From a simple wash and shine to their outstanding detailed services. Located 1525 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home. Stop by Car Care Mountain Home today, because driving a clean car always makes you feel good.
At Connor.
Welcome back to the morning show on XL7-TV. Our guest Mickey Pendergrass is joining us for the last time as our Baxter County judge, and we really appreciate what you've done for us the past 10 years. We're going to miss you, and hopefully Kevin Liddy continues on the path of what you've done. Especially with what we were just talking about with no debt. That's great. We do have the Denton Ferry Bridge that's still underway, and how's that going?
The concrete contractor, the bridge contractor, pending the weather this week, is scheduled to be done by this week, the end of this week. The guys at the road department are going to be building a road, and they have started as of yesterday, starting to haul clay and whatever is needed to get the road built. There's a driveway there and another adjoining road that they got to tie into, but that work has began in earnest so that we can get the approach built up to it. The bad part about it is it probably won't be able to get asphalt on the road once we get it done. Until next spring, because the plants are pretty much shutting down for the winter to do the maintenance that they need to do on their asphalt plants. Won't be able to get asphalt, but hopefully as soon as we can, early in spring, they can get it paved. But the bridge is going to be done this week. That's the plan, and we'll have that bill paid for. And then all hands on deck to get the road done. And once they get it done, and there's going to be a dedication, we do have a dedication plaque. We're dedicating the bridge to a certain individual who lives there next by with our reasons. That was my choice, and the family's pretty proud of that fact. But give a lot of kudos to Judge Baker back in the 70s when that first bridge that we took out was built. It goes back into that history. But I had some pictures that populated my. You know how these smartphones are, they give you memories every once in a while.
Yeah.
And it showed me some memories from 15 and 17 and 20 and even and somewhere else I was looking on the computer or something. There was pictures that I had stored from 08 and on back when that location flooded out many times. That won't happen again.
Yeah, it's done.
This will take care of that problem. Those people have safe travel in and out of there because of this new bridge. Thanks for all the help that we received on that from FEMA, from Arkansas Game and Fish, from our engineering crew, Hodges Engineering, Strider Consulting, and the contractors, West Plains Bridge Company. They've been wonderful to work with. They know what they're doing, and they have built us a really good bridge.
Very nice. Very good. So springtime dedication, I'm sure you'll be there.
Well, we may have a bridge dedication before then to get the plaque so we can get the contractor there, but that's not been set yet. We'll get word out when we pick something if anybody wants to participate, but at least we'll get the dedication on the bridge. But it's been designed as a 30-foot deck so that there's going to be plenty of room to walk and run, and that's something that I have schemed on for 10 years and I'm not going to be able to get done, but we do have people out there that would like to see a bike track or a running track from Big Spring City Park in Cotter to Lakeview Bill Show State Park. south of the Bull Shoals Dam, and that's still a dream. There's 2 or 3 real challenges to get that done, but for the most part, the bridge was designed to take care of that.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't be a hindrance. So there's a lot of work, but there's a lot of money out there for that kind of stuff. And there are people out here pushing for it. So that's something I would like to see up that river. I firmly believe that if that trail was established, people would come from around the world to go up, start there at Big Spring, or start at Bull Shoals State Park, Bull Shoals Dam, if you can get that far, and run down that river for 10 or 11 miles. That is...
Oh, yeah, there'd be marathons down here, too.
Yeah, there's one down there now and has been for years, but it's very tight quarters when they do that. It's usually done in November every year for Nigeria, but yeah, that's a dream. But the bridge is about finished, and we're getting excited thanks to the money from FEMA and from the coronavirus relief fund.
Yeah, very good. Now, we had spoke about the new health department, but you were looking for a piece of land.
We've zeroed in on a piece of land that's owned by the hospital. We've been negotiating for months on it, and I think we're about to sign the papers. Hopefully that'll happen the next week or two.
Yeah.
And they can go to bid for an RFQ for construction management architects and start in earnest. The money has been budgeted for it for next year. And so we've set aside $4 million of the American Rescue Plan Act money to build this building, and we're about ready to close on the land. It'll be a 3-acre tract on the corner of Buttercup and 6th.
Buttercup and 6th. I'm not sure.
Cool.
Buttercup. I don't remember Buttercup.
Well, I'll give her a hard time because the head nurse over there, she's the director of the health department here locally, and she was upset because we were going to another location. It did not give her a Buttercup address. So she's happy now. She's going to get a Buttercup address.
So it'll be facing where their address will be Buttercup.
Yes.
How about that? I didn't even know we had a Buttercup in Mountain Home.
Well, Buttercup, it's over by the hospital. It goes from the cardiac clinic and comes out at Dr. Long's office.
Okay. Huh. I guess I just don't pay attention to the
between
road signs
Dr. Long's
anymore.
and Kirby's. I guess that's Kirby on their side.
Yeah. I just don't pay attention. Did you know that?
I knew where it was.
Okay. All right, he knew. I didn't have
Well, he's been in parades before because some of the parades are staged on Buttercup.
Yeah, okay. Now, see,
That's how I know it more than anything.
Yeah, being in. Okay, very good. Well, great. And like I said, we appreciate you. The past 10 years, done a great job. But now we're coming to an end. We've got a few minutes left, and I figure anything you want to personally say to Baxter County citizens. I mean, just no matter how short or long, it's just.
Excuse me. Yeah, it's been a privilege. A lot of people consider that I'm a native here. I actually grew up on Lick Creek in Ozark County, just north of here.
That's what's wrong with you.
Go
ahead.
On the banks of Lick Creek is what they said downstate when we had a retirement party down to the Judge Association. But that's where I grew up. But Mountain Home was the largest town. I watched a lot of drive-in movies. My parents didn't know about it. Gasville Starlight Theater, and there's a roller skating rink out there. So I remember all the old times and run around with a lot of people from northern Baxter County. But I just like to give them many, many thanks for giving this uneducated old country boy a chance to succeed. And because of the support and help that I've received from not just the general public and those out there that have supported me, but with the staff that I've been able to hire. I made contact with my first administrative assistant this week, and even thanking her because she was with me 5 or 6 years. And I may see some of the others, but we have some receptions coming up. But thanks for people having trusted me. It took me, the only election I lost was for this job. The only time I ever run an election I lost was in 2010, and I lost by 360 votes.
Really?
Out of 16,000. So I couldn't find anybody else to do it. And so I did it again and won by like 1,600 votes. But the people had the confidence in me, and hopefully we have succeeded. And I know Baxter County is well, because one of the proudest accomplishments, I guess I could say it as, is to get elected officials to meet regularly and to talk to one another. We have vehement disagreements from time to time between the 7 elected officials. But when the blood runs thick, and we do what's best in our minds, even though we disagree sometimes for Baxter County, and we come together as a cohesive unit. And that's been a grand accomplishment. That's not always happened.
Yeah.
I'll end that, and I'll answer any questions somebody might have. But I had a conversation with an elderly gentleman just a few weeks ago, and he had an issue that he was bringing up to me, and I helped him get it resolved, which sometimes can happen, and that has been one of my fortes, I guess, or blessings that I've been able to do that a lot. But he told me in our last conversation that he appreciated my time as county judge. He was going to miss me going, this guy's in his mid-80s.
Yeah.
And he said, I've been here a long time. And he said, it seems like there's always some kind of fighting or uproar going on in the county and government. And he said, since you've been there, that's not happened. It's been quiet and smooth. And I said, in his own way, and I didn't tell it exactly like he said it, but I guess you get the gist of what he was saying. He said, there's always in the news, there's not always an uproar and a fight between this one and that one. He said, that's never happened before.
Yeah.
And he'd been here 84 years.
Right.
So I took that as an ultimate compliment from those, and those are appreciated. I have good fortune, too, of, you always get the phone calls and people are mad about something. They got a pothole in the road. The road's not been graded. The brush has grown up. We don't put a fire ban on. You put a fire ban on. You get those kind of calls and all times, and you get kind of used to it. It does get old, but you do get kind of used to it.
Sure.
But I've been fortunate enough to have a lot of people call and say thank you.
That's good.
And especially for the road department, who is very, they're noticed very much by the public. They affect people's traveling every day. And they do something grand. Sometimes, quite often, I'll get an email or a phone call, and I'll pass it on to the guys out there because they work hard.
Yeah.
And try to make it right. They can't get everywhere at once, but I've been blessed to have a lot of those thank yous, and I appreciate that. Appreciate the trust of the public. It's when you got 42,000 people to take care of, and almost 30,000 of them are registered to vote, you have to make them happy once in a while.
Do the best you can. That's a lot of people to try to make happy.
Yeah.
And you can't please everybody. And you touched on the road workers. We appreciate them. That's hard work.
Yeah.
The summertime it gets hot. My buddy Shane, he works for the city's road department, and he's been there a long time. And it's just, I couldn't do it. It's a manual labor.
But it's probably even worse in the dead of winter when you got a 10, 12-inch snowstorm comes in or ice comes in, because those guys go immediately on. They have their shifts split up. They know what their routes are. They know what trucks are going. The trucks are ready. The graders are ready. And they work 24/7 until it's clear.
Yeah, he does. Yeah.
A lot of people are upset because you get to my road. Well, you're not on a road that has 1,000 cars a day. You're on a road that has 2.
Exactly.
It will be the last one we get to. But it's hard on them to be out there in the cold, and they got to make runs to get material. So, it's hard on a lot of departments. But we have done a lot of improvements. I've got a lot of praise, and it's not all on me, but got a lot of praise and pats on the back, I guess, for the upgrading of the equipment that the road and bridge people work with. And we try to keep them good equipment. We do have them right now. Some of them start to get age on them, so the next guy will have to deal with what I had to deal with, maybe not quite as bad. But and 911 is something that we take for granted, that you pick up the phone and you have a problem, you dial 911. You don't realize. And to me, this was the most overwhelming part of the job, was being in charge of the disaster declarations, in charge of the 911 office and what goes on there when disaster does happen. But it's behind the scenes, we have spent an unbelievable amount of time, money, and effort to upgrade that office. And in this next year's budget, they're going to completely replace all the consoles and what you're looking at right here that has been in there for almost 20 years.
That's too long.
And at least 12 years. So all that's going to be upgraded next year, but we have spent a lot of money the last few years. Now it's self-funded by the money that the state has appropriated because of that 911 Act of 2019. And it is modern. I'm not putting it up against anybody's 911. If we can just keep good employees, we have many wonderful ones, but it's just hard to keep finding them. But that is a great accomplishment, and to me, one of the most challenging and overwhelming parts of the job.
I bet it is. Yeah.
So thank everybody.
Thank you for watching. We appreciate you, Judge. It's been a pleasure. And we hope to see you back in some kind of capacity.
Well,
with a
someday I may
banjo
write some memoirs,
There you go.
String the fiddle up.
Y'all have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow.